Did it. There we go. All right. Let's go. So happy Wednesday. I know this is not the day that I normally go live, but we gonna, do what we said, and that's make up for missing the live stream yesterday because I was not feeling well. But we are back. I'm not 100%, but I'm back. Um, I'm attempted to do my stuff on TikTok. So y'all on YouTube as you tune in. Welcome in, Tony. Happy Wednesday. As you tune in, just give me a second. You can always fast forward and until I'm looking directly at the camera, okay? Because I'm doing my part, which is sharing, and then I added it to my story and all that good stuff, okay? So as people come on, I know this is not the normal day, but I said I was going to come back and do what I said I was going to do, which is make up for missing yesterday. Using 994, welcome in. I was about to say it. Happy Wednesday. Okay, so as you come in, make sure that you on YouTube, give it the thumbs up, okay? Share, most definitely comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from, okay? And then also, I was about to say something. I'm getting distracted. My little one said she was gonna be good and listen and sit down and chill. Welcome in, brown sugar, babe. What's going on? Happy Wednesday. I know this isn't my day, y'all. Okay, but I missed it yesterday, and I want to make sure that I come back today. Okay, so listen. Last week on Friday, we talked about 5 things that I personally look for. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. There's 5 things that I asked you to look for. I don't know why I put both hands up. I meant 5. Gideon, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. But there's 5 things that I look for, okay, to help me with identifying, or not even identifying, but just helping me to understand what type of environment we're coming in. Hey, Alma, I see you, Gigi. Let's go. Happy Wednesday. Velma, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. But just to help me to identify, what type of environment am I walking into before I even open up my Bitcoin chart, because that is typically the first thing that I open. I invest in other cryptocurrencies. I also invest in the stock market and so on and so forth. So before I even open up any of my crypto charts, these are the things that I look at first. Mr. D, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Okay, and I'm going to share that with y'all. So what I'm going to do is, before we get into the teaching part on the other side of it, what we're going to do is I'm going to do the disclaimer and everything, and then I'm going to go straight to it. And I want to just ask y'all a question, and then after we go through the teaching, I'm going to ask y'all that question again, okay? So that way I can see if you get what, or you're picking up what I'm putting down. You understand what I'm talking about, okay? So, disclaimer for those of you that do not know, my name is Leona Clark. I have been investing in the crypto space for the past 6 years. I got exposed to it, though, initially in 2017 as a trader, or to trade, I should say, because I wasn't actually a trader at the time. I was learning to trade. So I got introduced to it back in 2017 to trade it. And then fast forward to 2020, when I was learning more about the foundation pertaining to cryptocurrency. Fast forward to that point, that's when I was like, oh yeah, okay, I got it. This is what I'm supposed to be doing, and not the trading part. Like, I should have learned this first, is what I'm saying. So for the past 6 years, I've been a serious investor, but I've been exposed to it since 2017. Now, for my people who are new to me, Dre, thank you so very much for liking the live. For my people who are new to me, and this is your first time coming on to my live streams, I see you, Tim. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. I am not the person to ask, hey, what cryptocurrency should I be buying, Leona? When is Bitcoin, or not even when is Bitcoin, but like, what's the next big cryptocurrency? DJ, I see you. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. I am not that person. Thank you for sharing the live, Dre. I appreciate you. Bryant's game. Welcome in. Miss Nisha, welcome in. Happy Wednesday, y'all. And the reason why I don't answer certain questions is because, number one, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Secrets to trading, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. That's number one. Legally, I cannot tell you what to buy nor when to buy anything that is considered a security or commodity. If anyone on any of these platforms, be it YouTube or TikTok, digital real estate, welcome in. Thank you so very much for liking live. If they come onto these platforms and they're telling you you should buy this today, then and they're not saying or giving you a disclaimer or saying, hey, look, this is what I'm doing and this is why I'm doing it. But if they're saying buy this today at this price, you should be asking them, are they licensed? Okay, you should be asking them, are they licensed? So for my people who are new to me, thank y'all so very much for jumping on. Okay, whether it's TikTok or YouTube, I appreciate you, but please, y'all, don't ask me that. I'm going to tell you, I cannot legally tell you because right now I am not a licensed financial advisor. I can give general, basic financial information and education and whatnot, but I cannot tell you what to buy nor when to buy if it is a security or commodity. 1 second, y'all. Oh, excuse me. All right. Now what I do turn around and do though is like what I'm going to do tonight. I share with you all the systems that I use, like if there's a certain order of things that I look at and so on and so forth. I share that with you guys and I tell you why. Okay. And then this way you're able to make the determination on, how you want to move forward. You'll be able to, let's say like, excuse me, gosh. You'll be able to look at, those things in your budget. Thank you so very much for continuing to share the live. Brock and Keita, I see you. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Okay. You'll be able to look at your own personal financial situation and then make a decision. Raj. So yeah, you're new because I've never seen your username before. You would know. I don't know what bulk is, and I do not do meme coins. Shiba Inu is a meme coin. I put $25 or $50, whatever it was in that years ago, and I still ain't got my $25, $50 back. It's been down that long. So that's to tell you right there, that's not for me. I'm not a meme coin person. I'm not a person that said, oh, I got this meme coin strategy and I made da-da-da. Okay, y'all have at it. I am a blue chip girl. That goes with the stock market and that goes with cryptocurrency. Got it? I go with stuff that has shown and proved that it can rebound from a market crash, a bear market, whatever it may be. That's my focus. Okay? Do I take risks on stuff? Other things outside of the large cap things? Yes, but that is very minimal for me. So shout out to y'all that do meme coins. That's not my lane. All right. So I put that out there. So, oh my God, excuse me, y'all. So yeah, Zaza, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. So yeah, so pretty much I want to ask y'all a question, okay? Well, I thought you were gone, bud. But y'all left out. Here you go. I want to ask y'all a question. Yes, I do, Zaza. I want to ask y'all a question right quick, because this is going to lead me into what I'm going to share with y'all, especially once I start showing the charts and everything, or just sharing my screen. Hey, anybody on TikTok, if y'all know how to share your screen on TikTok, I attempted to do the TikTok studio or whatever, and it's not letting me log in. It's not sending me the code or whatever on my computer. I don't know how to do it. So if somebody can kind of help me out, or if y'all know a specific YouTube video that does it really good for people who are not TikTok savvy like myself, okay, that would be very great. I appreciate y'all. All right, whoever it is, send it to me. You can DM it to me or whatever if y'all know how to do it. Because, child, I was over here trying to be able to share my screen. I had a cute little picture that I was going to have in the background, and I couldn't even pull that up. It's just a mess. Jim, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. So if you have ever looked at the market and was like, man, hold up, what is going on? This is not making sense right now. Okay. If you looked at the price of Bitcoin and you see it's going up, but the dollar index is going up as well, right? However, there are other things that we look at that we talked about on Friday that's falling, but Bitcoin ain't falling. You sit here wait, what is going on? I don't know who you are. Okay, Briner, let's stay focused. Okay, or else I'm gonna take it that you're a bot. All right, let's stay focused, or else I'm gonna take it as a bot. As a matter of fact, yeah, let's go on here to do this. There we go. Anytime you talk about crypto or whatever, these bots becoming really bad on these live streams. We trying to like block them and stuff with certain keywords and everything, and that's not working. Spartan, thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate you. But yeah, but you see that, Bitcoin price isn't moving or it's barely moving or whatever. Zaza, you're new to me. Stay focused. Stay focused. Please. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining. But I need you to stay focused. Okay? All right. So yeah, if you're sitting here like, I don't know what in the world, what signal I'm supposed to go with, I don't know who I'm supposed to believe. If you've ever felt conflicted by the different signals or things that you look at, this is going to be really, really good for us to go over. Okay. I do want y'all to know you're not necessarily doing anything wrong. It's just a matter of order. And they're just identifying the right signals. Okay. And on top of it, some stuff is just going to be a bit mixed. That's just going to tell you that it's time to kind of pump the brakes a bit. Okay. Now, here's what I say. Beginners or intermediate investors, and then the people who are super experienced and are actually professional investors, like they're getting paid to invest or whatever, there's a bit of a difference between the two. So the people who are more experienced or professional, they don't necessarily look at the same things 100%. Okay. And then on top of it, even when there is a bit of mixed signals, right, they don't panic. Okay. They don't panic. All they do is they go into straight up investigation mode, and then they make a decision based off of that. So tonight I'm going to show you how to maneuver around when your signals are a bit crossed, when it's mixed signals, when stuff is not making sense, when you're looking at specific things that we talked about last week. So if this is your first time here, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so very much. Y'all help Dre out by tapping the screen on TikTok. Hey, welcome in, Angela. I see you. Happy Wednesday. Help Dre out by tapping the screen. Thank you so very much for getting it to almost 3K. I appreciate y'all. Share the live. Hit repost if you're not comfortable with sharing just yet because it's your first time here, or you're new to me just in general. You can always repost. Doing those things tell the algorithm that it should send this live stream out to the FYP so other people can get the information. And on top of it, y'all type in the chat, let me know where you are tuning in from. Okay, put your city, put your state, put your country, whatever it may be. Put all that in there. Okay. Like I said, I've been in crypto as a serious investor for the past 6 years, but I was initially introduced in 2017 to trade. Okay, so I didn't learn how to invest first. I learned about trading first, which was for me. Okay, Mr. Super, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. For me, that was a mistake. Okay, I wish I would have learned the ins and outs of investing first, because I believe that would have made me a much better trader. And it wouldn't have took me as long to get it as a trader had I had a strong foundation as an investor. That's just the owner though. Okay. Mr. Super say XRP all-time low. Let's go. All right. So yeah, all of y'all that's just joining, I'm not a licensed financial advisor yet, so please do not ask me what to buy or when to buy. I cannot legally tell you that because I am not licensed. I don't have a securities license or anything of that nature. Okay. Thank you so very much for joining, Felipe. I see you. Happy Wednesday. All right. Thank you for that Harmony Brown Sugar. I appreciate you. Ace, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to the charts. Okay. The different websites. And then I want you guys to take note of what everything is showing us at this time. And then I'm going to ask y'all a question later on. Okay. If you're still here, I'm going to ask y'all a question later on to see if you all can answer that question based off of what you learned tonight. So if you missed the session last week on Friday, it's okay. We're going to do a quick recap of what we talked about last week. So let's go. Gio, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. This is the time. If you have not shared yet, this is the time to start sharing. Thank you so very much for that, Harmony Angela. I appreciate you. If you have not shared yet, this is the time to go ahead and share. If you have not reposted yet, this is the time to go ahead and repost. Okay. Okay. So one of the first things that I told everyone we're looking at first is, let me move this out the way. There we go. Is the DXY. Okay, the US dollar index. Does everyone see this? Give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat if everyone can see this on TikTok. I can't see y'all on YouTube right now because I'm sharing my screen. So I can't see when I share my screen. But I'll be back to y'all in a second. Thumbs up emoji in the chat if y'all can see. Real quick. Okay, I got you. Thank you so very much. And thank you for sharing the live too, Angela. I appreciate you. Michelle, welcome in. I see you. Thank you, Dre, for continuing to tap the screen. Y'all help Dre out by tapping the screen on TikTok, okay? That's liking the live. Blue Lagoon, welcome in. So first things first, one of the first things we look at is, I see you, Dre, thank you. One of the first things we look at is the DXY, okay? The US dollar index. Why does Leona look at the US dollar index before I look at Bitcoin pricing or a Bitcoin chart, period? Okay, it's because I want to see the strength of the dollar. So for those of you that are not familiar, you can look at these candles and it tells you a story. It's talking to each one of us. Red means price is going down. Green means price is going up. When it pertains to the strength, red means the dollar is getting weaker. Green means the dollar is getting stronger. If everyone understands that, type yes in the chat. YES. Type yes in the chat if everybody understands that. When you go on tradingview.com for free, okay, and you want to see the strength of the US dollar, you want to look at DXY, okay, and we're on the day time frame. We want to see it for the day, today, okay? Got it. I see you, Jess. Welcome in. Glad you're here. Okay, we're looking at the day, all right? So that means each one of these candles represents the strength or weakness of the dollar for the day. Okay, so green means the dollar is strong. Red means the dollar is weak because it's going down. Okay, so if we see this is the current candle, that means 8 July, current candle, it is red. So what is that telling us? Is that telling us that the dollar is strong or weak? Type strong in the chat if you believe it's telling us it's strong. Type weak in the chat if you believe that it is telling us the dollar is weak today. Type it in the chat real quick. So Wandy, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Korean, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Jets, you are correct. Good job. Young, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Jets was fast. So I'm just going to go ahead and move on with what Jets put in. So yes. So this is our first note. So I want you to take note of that, okay? Because I'm going to ask y'all a question at the end of this before we wrap. So that way you can see. That's right, Alma. So that way you can see where Bitcoin is at. I'm not going to show y'all, and please don't cheat, y'all, and look at the Bitcoin chart first. Fred Rum, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. John, I see you. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Okay, I'm not going to show y'all the Bitcoin chart just yet. So that's number one. That's the first thing Leona looks at, the US dollar index. Everybody got it. If I can move forward, give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat. AP, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. If I can move forward, give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat. I see y'all on TikTok. Thank you for liking the live too. I appreciate y'all for the 4K. Let's get it to 5 real fast. Thank you to everybody that's tapping the screen, sharing, and reposting. Stanley, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Okay, so I take it y'all need me to repeat it or y'all good? D, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. CC. You said that's when I'm at. You so you like up and down. You said that's where I'm at. I don't know, man. I'm like kind of there. Okay, so I'm gonna repeat this one more time. The first thing that I look at before I open up a crypto chart, typically Bitcoin is the cryptocurrency that I look at every day. Okay, I use that as a gauge for me to identify like how the cryptocurrency market is moving. Okay, because most of these cryptocurrencies follow Bitcoin. Got it? All right. So the first thing I look at is the US dollar index. This is the ticker symbol for that. So when you go on tradingview.com, which is a free website for my people who just joined, you can go on here and type in DXY. I am on the day chart, okay? Because that means that each one of these candles you see here represents 1 day of price movement. Green for this DXY means that the dollar is getting stronger. The dollar is strong, whichever term you want to use. Red means the dollar is getting weaker. The dollar is weak. Okay? This is the current candle. This is today. Look down at the bottom. It says July 8th, 2026. This is the current candle. So if we know that green means the dollar is strong and red means the dollar is weak, with the current candle we have right here, what is this candle telling us? The dollar is what? Type it in the chat for the people who were not here. Crypto chicks say we like the weak dollar. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. I just want to make sure everybody knows, right? It's going down in this week. It's weak. All right. Good job, y'all. So that's the first thing. I need y'all to write that down and take a note. Write that down and take a note, because later I'm going to ask y'all what that means for us as it pertains to what type of environment we think we're walking into before we even open up the Bitcoin chart. Okay? So number one, we know right now the dollar is weak. Cool. The second thing that we look at that I talked about on Friday is the US 10-year Treasury. Okay? The US 10-year Treasury. Now, you can go to see this website. It says marketwatch.com. Okay? Just said, I don't know what that is. That's just pretty much telling us, that's telling us the pricing of Bitcoin, what the price is, where it's been as well. Okay? All right. Everybody with me? So we can go to marketwatch.com, or you can just Google, US 10-year Treasury yield for today. All right. And typically now with Google, they have the whole AI, so it'll tell you what it is. All right. And then it'll kind of give you a brief description of what it is, what a 10-year US Treasury is, as well as where it is today as far as the percentages go. Okay. So as of today, it's a last updated July 8th, 2026, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everybody see that? It says the percentage is 4.577. If you want to know what it was yesterday to see if it's up from yesterday or down from yesterday, thank you for the roses, Jets. I appreciate you. Mr. Oh, man, I forgot. It said something. Mr. Something, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Boss, I see you. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Right? If you want to see the history, in a sense, you just scroll down a bit, okay? And you see where it says historical quotes. You click on that, okay? Because everyone doesn't know this, and it's okay if you didn't know. That's why we're walking through it, okay? Welcome in, Nicole. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. All right. Hey, let's go. JJ, I see you. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday, battle. Nicole, thank you for the follow. C-May, welcome in, and thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. All right, so now we can see the daily, okay, percentages for the 10-year, US 10-year Treasury yield. So yesterday it opened at 4.47. It closed. Let's go to where it closed, so that way we know if it's up or down. Okay, it was 4.556. So we know yesterday was 4.556. Today it is 4.577. So is that up or down, y'all, from yesterday? Type it in the chat. Is the U.S. Treasury yield up or down? Type it in the chat for me. Since yesterday. See, may I see you? Yes, that's correct. It went up, right? Because it was 4.566 yesterday, right? That's what it said. My bad, 4.556. That's when it closed yesterday. 4.556. Today it is 4.577. You good, Jets? It's all right. Sometimes we don't, we glance, we miss it. It's all right. Okay, so that tells us it's up. So take note of that. So number one, the US dollar index is weak. Okay, so the US dollar is weak. Okay, thank you for the roses. I appreciate you. All right, and now our US 10-year treasury is up as of today. Okay, as of today, Tycoon, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. All right, now that's the second thing. The third thing, before I open up any crypto chart, but specifically for me, Bitcoin, before I do that, the third thing I look at is, where to go? The third thing I look at is the Nasdaq. Specifically for me, QQQ. Does anyone know why I would look at QQQ before I look at Bitcoin? Because remember, we want to get an idea of what the environment is like before we walk into it. Anybody have an idea of why I'm looking at QQQ? Okay. A technology, right? It's technology. Anyone know why I would look at QQQ before I look at Bitcoin? Take a guess. Risk on assets, so goes crypto. Come on, Disco Superfly. Let's go. It's gonna tell us if people are taking on more risk or if they're reducing their riskier positions. Because this is all about technology, right? Cryptocurrency is a technology. You have a lot of technology companies in QQQ. So if more people are putting more of their money, their capital into technology, that means they're taking on the risk. If it's going down, okay, if it's red and it's going down, that's telling us, that's signaling to us that people are reducing their positions. Risk is off right now. That doesn't mean it's off forever. It just means today, risk is off. Got it? In technology jets, yes. So who is buying into more of these technology-based companies? Or if it's red, yeah. And if it's red, that means people are not buying into it. They're selling their positions. Not saying they're selling completely like they're out all the way, but they may be selling shares, right, in certain companies. Okay. So when we look at QQQ, this is telling us today, okay? This is telling us today that the risk is on. People are taking a risk with technology. Jeremy, thank you for the follow. Does everyone have it? Yes or no in the chat? If it was red, if today the candle was red, that would tell us that people are reducing their risk exposure. They are selling shares in these different technology companies. Kai or Key, I hope that said it right. Y'all, thank you so very much for the follow. This is the current candle where my cursor is at, Jits. Yep. So each day, because we're on the daytime frame, okay, we're looking at for the day. So each one of these charts that I show you, we're looking at it for that day. Okay. So each one of these candles represents one day of price movement, either up or down. Green is going up, red is going down. So in this case, more people have bought into riskier assets, which is technology. Okay, that's what QQQ represents, technology. Got it? Derek, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. All right, so we have our three so far. Number one, we went over the US dollar index. We saw that the dollar was a bit weak because it was red. So hopefully you wrote that down because I need y'all to remember this if you stick around. Okay, if you can't stay the whole time, y'all, I am recording this on YouTube, so you'll be able to watch the replay. You'll be able to rewind, fast forward, pause, all that good stuff. Okay, yes, Jets, that is absolutely correct. Tomorrow is going to be a new candle next to that. Yep. So each day shows us a new candle. Now, when it comes to investing, depending on what you're investing in, like with crypto, it's called a trading day. So a new candle comes up at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But in this case, because this is in the stock market, you'll see it tomorrow. We're not day trading, Jets. Nope, we're talking about investing. I'm just showing y'all what I look at to help me to identify, or to at least know what I'm walking into before I even open up a crypto chart. Are people taking on the risk today, or are they reducing their exposure to risk? So that way it kind of gives me an idea of Bitcoin price might be down if the risk is not heavy, right? If people are not buying into riskier assets, mainly technology and AI, right? That's what that helps me to do. Okay. So Chris said, I'm not talking about trading. I'm talking about investing. Y'all see charts and y'all automatically think everybody talks about trading, and that's not what I'm doing. But I appreciate you. I'm not talking about trading. Okay. So number one, I said US dollar index. I showed you guys the chart. You saw that the risk, that the dollar was weak for today. Okay. Number two, we went to the U.S. Treasury yield. We saw that a 10-year Treasury yield. We saw that it was up compared to yesterday. Okay. So we got dollar index down, U.S. 10-year Treasury yield up. And we see that QQQ, which is our technology ETF, right? We see that this is actually up. So that means people are taking a risk on technology. Got it? So we got 3 signals so far. 1 is down, 2 are up. Everybody got it before I move on. Thumbs up emoji in the chat if y'all got it before I move on. You wrote it down or you memorized it. 1 is up. 2 are up, 1 is down. Okay? All right, I'm going to keep it moving, y'all, because it's almost 7 o'clock. Next thing we're going to look at is NVIDIA. Why do we look at NVIDIA? For my people who missed it on Friday, the reason Leona looks at NVIDIA is because it's part of the whole AI movement. AI is a risky, investment, right? It's pretty much that digital gold of today, what we were talking about, that California gold rush, right? Like who were the people making the most money? Jets asked, what do you mean 2 are up, 1 is down? Out of the 3 signals that I went over so far, 2 of them are up. QQQ was up and the US 10-year Treasury yield is up. But the US dollar is down. So I need y'all to write those 3 things down so far that we have. All right? Because we're going to go into if the signals are mixed, how do we identify the environment, or how do we identify, how do we move forward? Okay. If it's not clear cut, how do we identify how we're going to move forward? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. All right. So NVIDIA is a chip company, right? That plays into the whole AI piece because that the AI uses the memory and whatnot, right? So if NVIDIA price is increasing and going up, then that tells us that, okay, people are still excited about AI. Okay? NVIDIA is number 1. I'm pretty sure everyone is in agreement with that. NVIDIA is number 1 when it comes to these chip companies, and NVIDIA is running the game. Okay? As of right now. Ron, welcome in. Thank you for the follow too. I appreciate you. Okay? So Leona uses NVIDIA as a gauge to help me to identify what environment am I going to be walking into when it comes to Bitcoin price. All right. So again, green means price is going up. Red means price is going down. This is today. Price close green. Price close up. Okay. It was higher than it was yesterday. This is yesterday. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Okay. So we're higher today than we were yesterday. So that tells us that people are still excited about AI. Everybody follow me. So I gave y'all 4 things so far. So that means we have the US dollar is weak. That's number one. We looked at that. The US 10-year treasury yield is up. We looked at that. The technology sector, which is QQQ. Okay. We looked at that. That is up. That means risk is on. Nvidia is up. That tells us people are still excited about AI. So I gave y'all 4 things. I hope you wrote those down. Yes, we're on Nvidia jets. Okay, and I just explained to y'all again what each one represents. What question is answering for us when we look at it. Last thing we're going to look at, and then we're going to go into when there's mixed signals. Last thing we're going to look at is the Bitcoin ETF flows, because again, I do all of these things before I look at a Bitcoin chart. I want to know what I'm walking into, or at least have an idea of what I'm walking into. I should feel like I have a good idea of, are people buying into, or are people taking on the risk, or are they reducing their positions? Okay. So what these Bitcoin ETF flows tell us is, are the institutional players risking their capital when it comes to Bitcoin? If we see that there's more inflows, right? If it's a green day when it comes to the Bitcoin ETFs, that tells us risk is on again. I have no idea. Oh, you mean NVIDIA? NVIDIA. NVIDIA. See, right here. It's okay. That's it right there. Yep. And that's the ticker symbol. Brown Sugar put it in the chat for y'all. That's the ticker symbol. So when you go on TradingView, or you want to just put it in Google, because you can do that too. You can type in NVIDIA price for today. All right. So Bitcoin ETF flows is the last thing I look at. I want to see if institutions are putting their money into it, or if they're reducing their positions and they're pulling their money out. If it's green, that means, all right, we're good to go. If it's red, that means nope. They reducing their positions, push pause on them. Okay, so today it has it on here, y'all. Oops, it has it on here. It says last update, July 8th, 5:20 p.m. This is green, right? It says plus 51.8 billion. So now that tells me, I see you, Saga City. Welcome in. Say I can sell this in the lineup. I'm confused. I'm confused. Help me out, Saga City. What you talking about? Chris, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Certitude City, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Okay, so this is telling us that institutions are putting that. Thank you for that. I appreciate you, T-Car. I love that. Shard of Hope. I've never seen that before. Thank you. So this is telling us that institutions are putting their money back into Bitcoin, right? We're green for today. For today. Okay, King Anthony, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. All right, so now I'm gonna go back through the list one more time, and then we're gonna talk about if it's conflicting. So if we, as a matter of fact, let me do this. If we see that the US dollar is down, right? All right, if it's weak, if the treasury yield is weak, if we see that QQQ, the Nasdaq, is up, if we see that Nvidia is up, and we see positive inflow for Bitcoin ETFs, those 5 things in that order gives us an idea that we may see Bitcoin price increase. Not a guarantee, but we may see Bitcoin price increase. It may be higher than it was yesterday. The amount that is higher doesn't matter. It just means that there's a probability, okay, that we see Bitcoin price higher than it was yesterday. Now, if we saw that the US dollar strength, the US dollar was strong, and the US Treasury, right, that 10-year yield was up, and we see that QQQ is down, Nvidia is down, and our Bitcoin ETF flows is showing a lot of outflow, that would signal to us that people are reducing their risk exposure. And then we're going to talk about, if it's conflicting like it is today, how do we maneuver that? Okay. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate you. So let me stop sharing this for now. Okay. So we're going to stop sharing for now. And I'm going to go over a couple of things to help you to identify this. But what I want to do is kind of give you like a quick little story time. Okay. Y'all still with me? Quick little story time, y'all. This is a perfect time to share, because we're going to go back over this again at the end, just in case people forget, or of course new people come in. We're going to go over one more time, and then I'm going to ask y'all a question, and I want you to answer it according to what is taught tonight. If you cannot stay the whole time on TikTok, y'all, I am recording this on YouTube. That's Prosperity Calls on YouTube, so you can always go back, watch the replay. You can fast forward, rewind, pause, whatever you need to do. Okay, so that way you are good to go moving forward. All right, go. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. I was about to say Friday. Y'all, I'm trying to rush the week. So, all right, I want you to to think about, like, let's say, I'm just going to use this as an example. Let's say you're driving your family down to Disney World, or you and your friends are going to Vegas because y'all ready to just go blow some money. Y'all are gamblers and whatnot. Hey, not knock you, not judge you, right? So y'all driving to Vegas, and the GPS says you're on the fastest route to Disneyland for my people, or Disney World for my people who have family, little kids, or for my folks that's single, and you just like, hey man, we're going to Vegas, okay? So GPS tell you you're on your fastest route. Coach, I see you. Welcome in. Kels, I see you. Thank you for liking the live, okay? But suddenly, all right, it says you're on the fastest route, but then but suddenly the GPS tells you to just keep going, but Google Maps says no, take the next exit now, right? But then the weather app is saying no, you know what? There's a storm ahead, so you get that notification. Y'all know how you get those notifications on? I use AccuWeather, and it'll send you those notifications like a thunderstorm or there's lightning spotted or whatever. They give you these notifications, right? Mr. Flocky, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Then your gas light come on. Then you got the people that's riding with you, whether it's family or your friends, right? They in there looking around and talking about, hey man, did you see that up there? Now you focus right ahead, but they looking all the way up. Do you see? Hey, it look like it's some traffic all the way up there. Okay, so now what do you do? Which piece of that information, all that information you just got, which piece of that information is gonna matter the most to you? Which piece of that information is gonna matter most to you? Type it in the chat. You don't got all this stuff. GPS telling you to keep going straight. Then nope, you get a notification. Eventually it says on your Google Maps, you pull up Google Maps too, and then it tell you nope, you need to take the next right. Then you get this notification from AccuWeather, and it's saying, hey, there's a storm ahead. Your gas light done came on. You got people talking about it's traffic or whatever. What piece of information do you go with? Or do you just get flustered and be like, you know what, this too much? Jay Boogie, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. What do you do? What do you do next? I'm trying to see. Okay, y'all didn't say anything out to y'all all said gaslight. Heck yeah. Brown Sugar said shot them down. Listen, right? It is. It's definitely not. The answer is definitely not ignore. Everything except one. No, it's you're gonna prioritize for sure. Right, more than likely. I know, like y'all said, my first priority is gonna be if I'm almost out of gas and there's a way for me to get gas right now, the first thing I'm gonna do is get gas. Okay, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. But then I'm also going to look at, all right, if I have all this other stuff, a storm, da da da. So Do we want to take the chance? How bad is the storm according to AccuWeather? Or do we want to just, push pause, find a place to chill out, and then go on about our day? Okay, what do I want to do? It's totally up to you. All right, the answer is you evaluate all of it. You evaluate all the information. You take it all and you just dissect it all, and then you make a decision based off of what you're doing. Exactly, you just prioritize. Okay, what's of the utmost importance right now with all the information you got? You don't just shut down though. Okay, we can't do that as an adult. I got a kid sometimes be like, but we need to teach our kids. You can't shut down, baby, because you'll do that as an adult and that's not going to end well. Okay, so that's it. We get all the information, we evaluate it, and say, okay, this is what we need to do. What if we start yelling? We're going to say, chill. We're going to say, chill, let me think, and then we're going to move forward, okay? So I want y'all to think about it when it comes to this type of stuff, right? This is what investing looks like too. You get bombarded with a whole bunch of information. I just gave y'all 5 things that I look at before I even open up a Bitcoin chart to see what the price is at the moment and where it was yesterday and so on and so forth. All the other stuff that I do when I look at the chart. Right? As an investor, I got to keep saying this, as an investor, not as a person who is trading. I'm not talking about trading. I'm talking about as an investor. Okay? So with that being said, we need to look at investing the same way. I got it, y'all. Making the right investment decision doesn't always come naturally to everyone. Okay? And that's all right. We're going to work on it. In Mary, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. We're going to work on it. Now, I do want to stick to this GPS analogy because I think it's really important to look at some other things that may happen. Have y'all ever, if you can type it in chat, have y'all ever ignored your GPS, right? Only to realize, let's say 5-10 minutes later, it was trying to help you avoid traffic. Type yes or no in the chat. I know I have. There have been times where I didn't hear it too, but there have been times where I just like, yeah, whatever. I know, right? Exactly. We've all been there. Okay. But it was it was trying to help us avoid that traffic. Said my husband does it all the time. and ain't learned this lesson yet. It be like that sometimes, Nicole. Right? But see, here's the thing. Investing, we bringing it back to investing because that's what we're talking about, right? Investing can feel like that sometimes too. Come on, battle. Because guess what? The market is giving us clues. That's why I told y'all 5 things that I look at before I even look at Bitcoin. Because what I learned is that when I only was looking at Bitcoin charts and Bitcoin price, when that would be the first thing I did, I didn't have all the information. I just had one piece of the puzzle. Okay? Now I do those 5 things so that way I have more context to help me to know what I'm walking into, or at least have an idea of what I'm walking into. Okay? So the market is just giving us clues. So doing those 5 things is a way to get clues as to what's going on. All right. And and this is the thing. There are times where I know for me, this was trial and error. We're not going to always know how to interpret all that information. Okay. It's going to take time for some people. But guess what? That's all right. That's why we're here, right? That's why we're on this live, right? Because we want to know. I wish that anybody on TikTok know how to excuse me. Anybody on TikTok know how to like put a picture up? I tried to do it, but it wouldn't let me do it. Anybody on TikTok know how to do it? If y'all do, can you DM me? Because I attempted, I done sat here and attempted to do the what's that, TikTok live studio or whatever. That wouldn't work. It said I have no clue. On my bed, let me say I have no freaking clue. Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to get on YouTube because I attempted to read it on TikTok and I did what it told me to do. I went on the gaming part for the live stream and that didn't work. Went on the live TikTok studio, that didn't work. I even did it on my desktop. I couldn't get in. Just Lord. I'm a millennial, but God dog, like this TikTok stuff is too complicated for me. Okay. If y'all know somebody that know, can y'all please send it my way and help me out? That would be great. Because I believe that's why the numbers are lower than normal, because I can't get the board back up now. I don't know how to get the board back up. And then on top of it, I don't have a picture. So it's like, ugh. It's a hot mess. TikTok is there. Right, like, and I'm usually really good with technology, but for whatever reason, TikTok kicks my butt. Like, you talk about YouTube, I could figure stuff out on YouTube like that. You know, even though I don't like Snapchat, but you know, Snapchat, same thing. Everything else I'm fine with. I can get it super fast. For whatever reason, TikTok, it's all over the place for me. So yeah. So that's it. Hey, quick shout out though. Bear Market Bully, what's going on, Battle? Happy Wednesday. Welcome back. Gosh, I was just fine. And now all of a sudden it's starting to kick in like my throat or whatever. So thank you for the roses. I appreciate you. Jesus, hold on one second, y'all. Sorry. Then my child sat here and claimed she want to watch TV in here with me. And now she done left and got this, what's it called? Cherry Pop Productions. She's sitting here with that on the TV. Like I want to hear this little girl talk about some doggone Roblox game. Jesus, I could have been playing my 90s music, child. Instead of listening to this little girl talk about this Roblox. Thank you for the donut. I appreciate you, Brown Sugar. Daff, keep trading. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. So yes, a quick shout out to all my new crypto investors out there. If you are new to the crypto space, meaning you have been here for less than a year, you've been investing in the cryptocurrency market for less than a year, I want you to type the word new in the chat so I can see if y'all are here. Excuse me. That goes for y'all too on YouTube. Type new in the chat or replay, okay, if you have been in a crypto space for less than 1 year. Okay, I see you, Kales. Alma. Okay, I got you. All right, J Boogie. Bear Market Bully, if you don't stop playing with me. Bear Market Bully over here playing with us, and he know good and well he not new. Bear Market, it's in the name. You know what I'm saying? Come on now, bro. Talking about some Bear Market Bully. All you need to do is put crypto in there somewhere. Hey, Brown Sugar calling you out too. See? All right, I appreciate y'all. For one, I appreciate y'all for coming on this live stream. Most definitely. Two, I appreciate y'all for engaging and even letting me know that you're new. All right. This is a space that I hope you will come back to because there's no judgment here, y'all. We've all been new. Okay. Bear Market Bully, Brown Sugar. We've all been new. All right. And it's okay to ask questions here. All right. There's no such thing as a stupid question, especially if you are new because you don't know what you don't know. That's just what it is at the end of the day. And as a battle buddy, okay, we're going to make sure that you're good to go. So if it's not Leona answering the question, because that's my name, I know it says Prosperity Calls on both of these pages on the YouTube channel and on TikTok, but my name is Leona. Okay. So Leona, if Leona can't answer, I'm pretty sure Bear Market Bully will, Brown Sugar will. Hey, Crypto Stock Markets is in here. Crypto Stock Markets will definitely drop some gems for you and answer you and help you out. Make sure you're good to go. Okay. So we welcome the questions. All right. Especially if you are new and you want more understanding about what we're talking about. Okay. If there's a particular topic you would like to be discussed, please put that in the chat. I always screenshot. And I also go back and look on TikTok for sure. I go back and look because they show you like who sent comments and stuff in all the comments. And I can go back and look and see the questions. Okay. So if I get the same type of questions over and over again, then more than likely that means more people want to hear this, especially if it's for multiple people. And this is something we need to talk about because clearly folks don't know, and it's okay. All right, we want to help each other understand. We're not leaving anybody behind. So when you hear me say battle, okay, that means I want to make sure you're good. Okay, and that's what we do here because I'm retired Army, and that's what we used to say, battle buddies. All right, so if you come back and you're a repeat, like crypto stock markets, like bear market bully, like brown sugar, JJ was in here earlier. Those individuals who consistently come back and also add value, those are my battle buddies now. Okay. I have never met them in real life. We only in this social media space right now. Maybe one day God allow us to cross paths at one of these crypto conventions or something like that. Possibly. But until then, you know, we still battle buddies here in TikTok world. And also on YouTube, because some of them are actually on my YouTube channel as well. Say we are shadow bodies. Come on, brown sugar, let's go. Say toxic credit. What? Okay, thank you so very much for joining. I see you because I can't read the rest of that. I didn't see it. But yeah, so y'all, this is a safe space for my people who are new. Okay, no judgment zone. All right, and I definitely want to say right now, oh Lord, bear market bully. I'll give it to you. At least you waited until I hit 7 o'clock to even bring up that word, that cryptocurrency. So kudos to you for being patient and at least giving me an hour to run my mouth before you even bring up that particular crypto. Thank you. Thank you, Kales. So yeah, the ultimate goal with this though, y'all, is I'm not expecting you to leave here knowing everything, especially if this is your first time, okay? And especially if you are new. What I want you to do is leave with at least one idea, whether it's new or it's an updated idea. Like you heard something, but you didn't understand, but now you're like, ooh, now I get it, okay? I want you to leave here with at least one idea, some type of takeaway that you can implement into how you invest, okay? Oh, okay, Smitty. I didn't see you, but all right. Peace out then. Always say credit building products. Okay, RWAs are about to boom. I would advise getting the top 4. I would be careful of saying the word advise if you're not a financial advisor or licensed, I should say, financial advisor. Okay, I would definitely suggest that you stray away from the word advise. Okay, especially if you're not a licensed financial advisor. Dion, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. All right, so everybody that typed new, okay, we're going to go back over what we talked about, but I'm going to show y'all, you know, how if the signals are a bit mixed, how we can move forward, okay? Not a guarantee. It's an idea. It is a suggestion, not a requirement. That goes back to what I said, y'all. I'm not a licensed financial advisor, so I can't tell you what to do, okay? I can give you information. Then you can take that information and go research it and then decide how you want to move forward. Hey, what's going on, Johan? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. I'm sorry I didn't see you. What's up? What's up? Happy to see you. Come on. That's another battle. Battle buddy. Let's go. Dr. Cynthia, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. All right. So for all my people who put new in the chat, okay, I want you to consider downloading that free crypto beginner checklist, because if you're thinking about putting more of your money into the cryptocurrency market, okay, I'm talking about Battle Buddy, Johan, you forgot, you haven't been here in a minute, so you know, my bad. The people who are repeat, okay, y'all my battle buddies, all right. What's going on, Dread? I see you. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. But yeah, for my people who are new, and type new in the chat, y'all go ahead and download that free crypto beginner checklist. It's going to give you 5 steps, okay? 5 steps to complete before you consider putting any more money into the cryptocurrency market. It also asks you questions, okay? It's going to help you to determine if right now for you and your financial situation, okay, according to your budget and so on and so forth, if you're ready to invest in crypto, not if it's the right time to invest in crypto. Those are 2 different questions. Cindy, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. It's going to ask you questions to help you determine if you and your finances are in the position to put more money into the cryptocurrency market. Okay? Not if right now is the time to buy because prices are down. Those are 2 different questions. Got it? So that's what that checklist does for all my new people out there. Go ahead and check it out. The link is also in the YouTube description for y'all on YouTube. If you cannot stay the whole time on TikTok, y'all, I am recording this on YouTube. That's Prosperity Cause on YouTube, so you can actually go there, watch the replay, okay? And then, fast forward, rewind, pause, whatever you need to do. All right? So quick recap for my people who just joined. We talked about 5 gauges, 5 things that Leona looks at. Thank you for the repost, Johan. I appreciate you. D-Nice, welcome in. Radiant Woes, welcome in. Happy Wednesday, y'all. 5 things that I look at, okay? These are the 5 things that I check before I open up a Bitcoin chart to check the price of Bitcoin. Because as a cryptocurrency investor, I personally still use Bitcoin to help me to identify which direction the cryptocurrency market is heading. Okay? Crypto Cody, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. So one more time for the people who just joined. All right, there are 5 things that I look at. Number 1 is the US dollar index. The ticker symbol is DXY. All right, we're looking to see if it's strong or weak at the moment. The second thing that I look at is the US 10-year Treasury yield. I just showed everybody on TikTok and on YouTube, so sorry if you missed it. You can go to YouTube and watch the replay, okay? But yeah, so we went over the US 10-year Treasury yield for the people who weren't here on Friday. All right. And we want to see if the cost, what the cost of money is looking like at the moment. Okay. So today we saw that the US Treasury is up, but the US dollar is weak for today. Okay. The third thing we look at is the Nasdaq. Oh my gosh, my throat. The third thing we look at is the Nasdaq. Specifically, Leona looks at QQQ. Welcome in, Huncho. QQQ. We saw that that QQQ pricing was up, so that tells us that risk is on. People are taking risks when it comes to technology. Yeah, I'm gonna get some after this because it's starting to irritate me again. So I make sure I'm good. Thank you for that, bear market. But thank you, Battle. Thank you, Battle. Battle looking out for me, okay? So the third thing we look at is the Nasdaq QQQ. Okay. The fourth thing we looked at is Nvidia. I showed the chart, okay? And we saw that Nvidia price is up compared to yesterday. So that tells us that people are still excited about AI. Why do we want to know if people are still excited about AI? Because cryptocurrency and Bitcoin specifically, most definitely, is sharing the money that is going into these risky assets. Okay? Yeah, okay. With honey. Thank you, Johan. Y'all looking out for me. I appreciate y'all. Okay? So, yeah. So, that's what we're looking at. Nvidia is up. Okay? And then the last thing I looked at, which I showed y'all, okay, was Bitcoin ETF flows. And we saw that today, as of, I think it's at 5:20 p.m. or something like that. We saw that today it was positive. Okay? So I want y'all to keep those things in mind because before this live is over, we're going to go over that. And now I'm going to ask y'all a question. And I'm going to ask you to type it in the chat. 3T Warrior. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Okay, so we covered what each one of those what question each one of those answers for us. Okay, and why we're looking at each one of those first. Okay, if you missed it, y'all, I'm sorry, but you're gonna, have to look at the replay. All right, because I can't go over that again because it's already after 7:00. So you can catch the replay on YouTube. That's Prosperity Calls on YouTube. You can watch that. And tonight, what we're going to do is build on that. So everything that I shared with y'all so far, during the recap, we're going to build on that. Okay? So what we did was, on Friday, we covered what may, because there's no guarantee, what may happen when all 5 of those gauges agree. Okay? But the question is, for some people, which like myself, when I was doing this, okay, so what happens when they disagree? What do you do? Right? Am I the only one that had that question? If everything lined up, great. But if they don't all line up, what do I do? Has anyone else had that question when you're looking at certain things to tell you that you should either invest or not invest? Right? So what we're going to do is cover why the gauges may disagree. And this is just my personal observations. And then we'll get into what we can do. Okay? These are going to be suggestions. Right? Say sit on your hands. That's always the best answer. If you confused, just sit it out. Okay? Just sit it out. That's all. It don't matter what you invested in. That is a very good thank you battle for that. Listen, that's the best option for everybody. Why I say you couldn't pin this post? Okay, there we go. TikTok playing with me already. I can't even pin the post. Golly. User 759, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Okay, so let's get into it. Can y'all hear me on YouTube? I got a little thing came up. Can y'all hear me on YouTube? Give me thumbs up or type yes in the chat real quick. Can y'all hear me on TikTok? Okay, it seems like it's good now. Okay. So, all right, cool. So what would cause those 5 things that I mentioned, right? What would cause them to disagree? All right, so number 1, this is Leona's observations. Thank y'all on TikTok. This is Leona observations. Can we keep tapping the screen? We almost at 10K. Can we get 10K? Mary, thank you so very much for joining. Happy Wednesday. Tap the screen, y'all, on TikTok real quick. Tap it up. Thank you. I appreciate you. James, welcome in. Bear Market Bully, thank you for liking the screen, y'all. Tapping the screen. Y'all tap with Brown Sugar and Bear Market Bully. Help them out. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thank you for the 10K. Y'all keep sharing and reposting as well. And then also, thank you, Joe. I'm going to do it. He said drink. It's picking up. That means I need to hurry up so I can get this tea. All right, so number 1, the reason why those 5 different gauges that I mentioned, the reason why they may disagree is number 1, because markets move at different speeds. Okay, ETF flows may change today, and then Bitcoin may react tomorrow. Okay, it's that simple. It's not complicated. It's not hard. It's just that simple. Thank you, Johan. I appreciate you. The second reason why they may disagree is some gauges may matter more depending on the situation. Okay, so we're talking about when we have earnings season, then of course Nvidia, right? That's gonna play a part, and then you may see if there are more technology companies, you may see that with QQQ as well. Okay, so that means Nvidia might matter more, QQQ might matter more, right? During FOMC, I don't know why I was about to say FMOC, child. FOMC week, right? Treasury yields might matter a bit more, or during a banking crisis, all right, the dollar index might matter more. So we need to keep in mind the context behind what's making price move in the direction that it's moving. All right. The third, oh my gosh, this is frustrating. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, the third thing is markets price in expectations. You probably heard this from other creators. I definitely hear this a lot when it comes to the stock market. I hear it a little bit in crypto, but I definitely hear it a lot when it comes to people talking about stocks and stuff. Sometimes good news is already expected. It's anticipated. Okay. So that's why you may not see Bitcoin like price shoot up when there's good news, because it was already expected and the price has already been moving. All right. Now, there's another reason that I have too, but we'll get into that in the next episode on Friday, actually, the next live stream on Friday at 7 p.m. Because I do believe that that's like one of those mind shifts that you'll make as an investor when we talk about it. Okay. So especially with time right now, it's almost 7:30. I got to keep it pushing. Throat hurting, all that stuff, child. So those are the things. So I said number 3 was the market prices in expectations. So there's possibly some good news that we've already anticipated or expected. So the market has already moved ahead of that news being released. And sometimes y'all see that even for my people who trade, right? You'll see that like when CPI numbers come out or unemployment numbers come out or stuff like that, you'll see that because they're already expecting, you know, a certain percentage or number or whatever, that the market is already moving like ridiculously. And then when the numbers are released, you know, it's already happened. So yeah. The market is already moving because the expectation is, let's say we're expecting, since I look at gold, right? Let's say we're expecting the numbers for unemployment to be positive, right? Well, that's going to be good for the US dollar. Okay. Well, that's going to be bad for gold. So we're already seeing that gold price, because of the expectation that the numbers are going to be good for unemployment, we already see that gold prices have dropped before the numbers are released. Okay. The numbers of gold prices have already dropped. All right. So the market has already moved ahead of it because they were already expecting that the unemployment numbers were going to be good. All right. So there is a method that I've recently been using in conjunction with these gauges that I told you, the 5 things that I look at, right? I've started using this to kind of help me to better understand. I'm a color coordinated or color coded type of person. Like I use colors to help me with identifying stuff. So I do that on my charts. Y'all will see that, like the lines that I have on my charts, those are color coded. So that way I know what time frame that line represents. So like on my chart, you'll see orange lines. Well, the orange lines represents the month time frame. So I know this is the month high, this is the month low. That blue line represents the week. So that'll tell me, okay, if I only see one blue line, then that means that it's either, you know, this is the high or the low or whatever. And then that high or low on the week is with another. It's at another at the same price point as like the month or the day or something like that. So I color code on my charts. I color code on my Excel spreadsheets. And guess what? I'm color coding to help me to identify if I'm going to buy, if I'm going to hold on. I'll probably buy a bit later, but let me just hold on. Or if I'm going to just stop altogether and I'm not doing anything at all. Okay. Can y'all still hear me on TikTok? Mr. TV, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Give me a thumbs up if y'all can still hear me on TikTok, because it just dropped like tremendously just now. So I don't know if I'm still frozen or what. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm calling it like the traffic light. So you know how we have red, yellow, green. We was talking about it last week, and I was I forgot who was it. You, Bear Market Bully, or somebody was talking about they run the yellow light. They mashed the gas instead of slowing down. I kind of touched on it last week, so we're gonna go deeper into it today. Oh yes, it was you, Bear Market Bully. See, I'm attempting to remember. So it was Bear Market Bully talking about smashing the gas when the light yellow. so when I color code though, especially when it comes to this, it just pretty much signals to me in my brain, like it signals what step I need to take next. Dingo, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. All right. So that's what I do. So since every one of us should know what the colors of the traffic light mean, I'm going to share that whole traffic light method, okay, to describe the environment. And it's not solely, it's not telling us solely what to do. It's just telling us, hey, this is the type of environment that we may be walking into before we open up our Bitcoin chart to look at Bitcoin price. Okay. NBS, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. I appreciate you. Okay, so green tells us that we are in a high confidence environment. Green does not just mean that Bitcoin is guaranteed to shoot up and go to the moon, y'all. That's not what that means. Okay, green means to us that several of the gauges are pointing in the same direction, or in the direction they're supposed to point. That tells us there's a probability of Bitcoin price going up. Okay, so when we see that, it just makes it easier to understand today's investing environment. So one more again, for my people who were not here earlier, we went over 5 things. The US dollar index, the DXY, if that is falling, that tells us that the dollar is weak, right? So that's number 1. Okay. Number 2, in order for us to see the signal for green, all right, when it comes to Bitcoin, prices may go up with Bitcoin. Okay. We may see the DXY falling. We may see the 10-year treasury yield, the US 10-year treasury yield, the percentages falling, going down, even if it's like 0.5%, 0.25%, whatever. Okay. If we see it going down, okay, that's good for us. If we see the Nasdaq, or specifically, like I said, QQQ, if we see that going up, all right, we see Nvidia price going up, and we see positive Bitcoin ETF flows, that is giving us an idea of higher confidence, meaning there may be more risk taken in cryptocurrency. So when it comes to Bitcoin, we may see a higher price for Bitcoin than we saw yesterday. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes or no in the chat? Yes or no in the chat? Does that make sense to everybody? Yes or no in the chat? I'm talking to y'all on YouTube as well. Yes or no in the chat? I see you, Alma. Bear Market Bully say, yep, for sure. Okay, good. All right. Now, again, this doesn't mean a guarantee. It just means that it's possible that Bitcoin price is going to go up. Okay, because it's telling us that institutions, hedge fund managers, all these people, they're embracing risk right now. Risk is on. Got it? Okay. So at this point, we know that money is going into these growth assets or growth investments, tech companies, AI, all of that stuff. So we may see some of that money flow into cryptocurrency as well. All right. It does not mean that Bitcoin has to go up. Could it still fall? That's possible. All right. But it just means for us that the risk appetite is there. Okay. And the environment is supportive for money flowing to cryptocurrency. Not a guarantee, but it's possible. Okay. So now Let's go to yellow. So again, we using the traffic lights because we all have learned how to drive. We have been in a car before, so we know red means stop, green means go, yellow means slow your tail down, bear market bully. Okay, don't mash the gas, slow your tail down. All right. For us though, when we're looking at these 5 gauges, what that's telling us is there are mixed signals. Okay, it's not clear cut. So, truth be told, this is one of those environments you're going to probably see more often. Okay, you don't always see green and you don't always see red. All right, you're going to probably see yellow, right, a bit more than you'll see the other two. Okay, so an example of that, let's go. All right, let's keep going. An example of that is, all right, we said US dollar index. So DXY, we'll see that is going up. Okay, it's still strong, right? But then we'll see the US Treasury yield going down. All right, but then we'll see the Nasdaq, specifically QQQ. We'll see that going up, but you'll have Nvidia going down, right? I actually saw that this morning. QQQ, was it QQQ up and Nvidia was down, or it was opposite? One of the two. I saw it earlier. I think it was Nvidia that was up and QQQ was down earlier this morning, right? And then you'll see ETF, the Bitcoin ETF flows is positive. Okay. Yeah, so okay, I was right. I'm sitting here like I know that was today when I looked. So yeah. So when you see stuff like this, what those 5 gauges, the investor dashboard, which what I call it Friday, what that dashboard is telling us is that the risks look okay, but people are not like raw, like super excited. It's not all the way, up. Okay, it's not all the way on. So it's okay. You got some people saying, yeah, but then you have some people like, oh no, be careful. Okay. This is where, as a beginner, you may panic. Because as a beginner, I know for me, I wanted stuff to be like 100. Like you need to be 100% certain. And that's not how the markets work. I learned that over time. That's not how the markets work. Egg post, I think that's what it said. Welcome in, happy Wednesday. Right? I learned that the hard way. Okay. So what this means to us, all right, is we need to slow down. We need to slow down like we're supposed to do. All right. When the light turns yellow when we're driving, we need to gather more information if we can. Stay curious, right? Because things can change within that day, like it did today. Because by the end of the day, I ain't talking about your battle. I'm done. I don't say my part. I ain't saying it no more. I ain't gonna say it no more. All right. So when we are curious, we can still, like, things can change later, like it did today with Nvidia and QQQ. Okay, both of them ended up closing higher than it did yesterday. All right. But again, like let's think about it when we talk about the whole driving thing and traffic lights and all this stuff, right? When we driving, and I told y'all last week, like I can't stand driving in the rain. I don't, for whatever reason. I just be feeling like people are way more reckless. Like they drive worse than they do when the sun is out. It makes no sense. Like, why are you speeding? How are you still going when we on the interstate? How are you still going doggone 70, 75 miles an hour? And we sit in here and barely can see because it's pouring down raining. Like you can barely see the car in front of you and you still going 70 miles. Like you're asking for the angel of death to come knocking on your door. What in the world? Right, brown sugar, like the world is in it. Child, if you don't slow your tail down before you get everybody killed out here, okay? So you have some people who are mashing the gas when they need to be slowing their tail down, okay? So when we are looking at it from an investor perspective, it may not be as clear, but you're still going to go into the market, right? You just need to make sure that you slow down. Gather more information. Pretty welcome in. Happy Wednesday, right? Gather more information. All right, because all you're doing, you're just moving a little bit different than you would when all signals say go, when all signals are green. Okay, you just move a little different. That's it. That's all. So yellow just tells us slow our roll. Okay, we can probably wait until a little bit later on in the day because things may change. We don't need to jump now. All right, slow your roll. That's what yellow was telling us. Jerry, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Minion, welcome in. Minion, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Affirm, I see you. Or Affirm, my bad. I said that so fast. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Now, let's move on to red. So we talked about green. We talked about yellow. I talked about the 5 gauges already for my people who just joined. Last one we're going to talk about is red. This is where we need to proceed with caution, y'all. This does not mean panic. The sky is not falling. Okay? This doesn't mean to sell everything. Okay? For my new folks, Baby Crypto, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. For my new people, okay? When we see these signals and it's telling us red, that does not mean to sell everything. We are investors. There was something I heard today, and I've heard this before, but I heard it from someone else today, and it was just like, man, I wish I would have heard this back in 2020. But he was like, he was talking about millionaires, but I applied it to investing. But he was like, millionaires plan in decades. They don't plan for 1 year, like solely, right? Their minimum is 10 years. Okay, the people with big money, they have 10-year plans, 20-year plans, things like that. Whereas the people who don't have as much and haven't been as exposed to different types of environments, they're not there because they're more than likely in survival mode. Okay? I'm not calling anyone out. I'm not saying you're wrong for that. All I'm saying is that as an investor, we need to have that same mentality. And I'm saying that because I talked about this a few weeks ago, how when I got into the stock market, I didn't have anybody in my circle that was investing in the stock market. And if they were, they weren't telling me because nobody said, hey, I'm buying these shares and here's why I'm buying these shares, right? Nobody that I was around was talking about investing in stocks. And I didn't get started until the first quarter of 2020. Okay? Like me doing it for myself, not part of my, we had the TSP in the Army. So it's kind of like your 401k, your IRA, whatever, right? So it wasn't until I discovered Warren Buffett, because again, the circles I was in, nobody talked about Warren Buffett. I'm like, this man, at that time, I was like, this man is almost 90 years old, and I ain't never heard this man's name in my circles until 2020. How sad is that? How sad is that? I'm in my late 30s at that time. Yeah. And that was my first time hearing about Warren Buffett to the extent I heard about him in 2020. So fast forward, because I heard about Warren Buffett and I started doing this deep dive and like listening to all his old interviews and stuff or whatever, I started I started after COVID. Right. It's all good. Welcome. It's better late than never. That's what I had to tell myself, and that's what I tell everybody else. Right. But so when I started studying him, I found his portfolio online. You can go to gurufocus.com. I keep telling this to everybody pretty much every week. They have different billionaires on there. You can look at their portfolios. I forgot how many it is, but I just look at Warren Buffett's because I've been looking at it since 2020. So anyway, so I found Guru Focus and I got on there in 2020 and I looked at his portfolio and I was like, oh man, like this is the stuff that he's investing in. Okay, cool. So guess what? According to my budget at the time, the amount of money I was making and what I was most interested in investing in because of either what I was doing what I wanted to do, and what I had in my house, products that I was constantly buying. That's how I started building my portfolio at first. GuruFocus.com, baby crypto. GuruFocus.com. And y'all can sign up for that for free. They do have a paid version. You can do that too. Totally up to you. Okay. But yeah, so I went to his portfolio. Then like I said, I evaluated myself, where I was at, how much I had, what I wanted to invest in. And y'all, I bought at that time, this is before everything popped off. Well, actually, oil had already started dropping. Thank you for that, Hartme. Welcome in, Crypto Angel. I see you. Happy Wednesday. Oil had already started dropping, but I saw at the time he had US oil in his portfolio. So the ticker symbol was USO. He had Exxon Mobil, and he had Chevron. So he had all three of those in his portfolio at the time. I didn't get Chevron, but I got US oil and I got Exxon. Both of them, I want to say it was either February or March of 2020, right? I'm saying this for a reason, to help people out, okay? Because when you don't know something, when you don't have conversations, thank you for putting that in there, baby crypto, so I can pin it, hopefully. Now it let me pin TikTok. But us having these conversations, the reason I want to put this out there. So I bought it in 2020. I didn't understand. I didn't know what I was doing. And in 2021, I know I had it for a little over a year, but in 2021, I sold my shares, all my shares of US Oil and ExxonMobil. Y'all, when I went back and looked, I think it was last month or whatever originally, and I shared this on live. When I went back and looked at what the price of each one of those was, I was so mad at myself. I was so mad at myself because I was expecting for price to shoot up. I don't know what I was thinking, y'all, to be honest. I don't know. I don't even know why I sold. I couldn't even tell you what the thought was for me to say sell, but I sold. And I looked at the price and I was like, the percentage that it was up, like I looked today to talk to some people in my inner circle, whatever, just to prove a point. And I was like, y'all, it was up almost 250% from the point that I bought it in 2020, US oil. So the reason why we have these conversations, and the reason why you'll hear some of the more experienced investors say, plan for at least 10 years of holding whatever you're going to invest in. I'm not talking about trading on here, y'all. I'm talking about buy and hold, whether that's cryptocurrency, whether that's in the stock market, whether that's gold and silver, real estate, as a business, buy and hold, plan for at least 10 years. That's what the people that are serious and have way more money than all of us that's on these live streams, on TikTok, spending hours on TikTok, spending hours on YouTube, right? The people who have way more money than us, they plan for, at a bare minimum, 10 years is their floor. So what does that tell us? Somebody type it in the chat. Welcome in, Lynn. I see you. Happy Wednesday. Somebody type it in the chat. What does that mean for us? What should we be doing? Those of us that don't have millions invested right now, that don't have billions of dollars coming in every single year. What does that tell us we should be doing as investors? Somebody type it in the chat real quick. Let me see you. What should we be doing as investors? Because they're giving us a heads up, right? They telling us, right? What should we be doing? What should we be doing? Now, if you're driving or if you're at work and you can't type, y'all, I totally understand. But if you're available to type in the chat, I would ask that you type in the chat. Okay? What's that telling us? What it's telling us is that we should be planning for at least 10 years to hold whatever we're going to invest in. So when you look at investing in cryptocurrency, I'm just using this as an example. Right, say low tone holders follow the elites, or at the end of the day, just make sure at a bare minimum we're holding for at least 10 years. Because when we're looking long term, we're less likely to panic sell like my butt did. I don't know why, but you're less likely to sell, even though price was up higher than what I bought it at. The point is, it's up almost 250% just for one of those stocks. I don't even want to tell y'all what ExxonMobil is up. That one, I was super mad at myself. Okay? So keep in mind, whatever you're going to invest in, know why you're investing in it. Thank you so very much for the rose, Lynn. I appreciate you. Know why you're investing in it. Okay? Do thorough research on it. Have a plan on how you're going to invest in it, and then also prepare to hold for at least 10 years. If you feel like it's something that you don't want to hold for 10 years, it probably shouldn't be in your portfolio. I'm just keeping it real. If you're like, I don't see me holding this for 10 years, don't put your money behind it. Now, unless you're doing options trading or day trading, for my people in the crypto space, if you're doing day trading and whatnot, okay, cool, got it. Swing trading, whatever. All right, cool. You're not holding it for a year. Got it. But if you're talking about being a hodler in a crypto space, I'm talking to you. Don't invest in a cryptocurrency. I would not suggest that you invest in a cryptocurrency unless you plan on holding it for at least 10 years. Got it? You got to believe in what you're going to invest in. Okay. So when we have the red signal, I'm off that. When we have the red signal, y'all, an example of what that looks like is the dollar is strong. Treasury yield is rising. Okay, that's up. The Nasdaq is weak. Nvidia pricing is dropping, and then we have negative ETF flows. If we have consistent days of this, if it's 2 and 3 days back to back or whatever, y'all, listen. Just chill. Why? As a matter of fact, how do you think institutions might feel about taking a risk if they saw that on that day? Let's say today the dollar was strong, the treasury yields is up, right? And then Nasdaq, QQQ is down, Nvidia is down, and we had a negative inflow. We had negative on the Bitcoin ETF, so we had a lot of outflows, right? We had, what was it today? So instead of the positive for today, we had negative 51 billion today. What does that tell the investors? Are the investors taking a risk when it comes to cryptocurrency today? Yes or no? Are investors taking a risk on technology today? Yes or no? Type it in the chat real quick. Cheryl, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Type it in the chat real quick. Let's go. Are investors taking a risk today? Yes or no? What they doing? Why is it not? Oh, man. Okay. No. They're not taking a risk. Remember, the Nasdaq is down. Nvidia is down. There's outflow. People are getting out of Bitcoin. So that tells us that the institutional investors, they're not taking on risk. They're moving away from risk. They're actually moving towards safety. So what you may see increase, not a guarantee, but you may see an increase on, no. I was saying as the example of brown sugar that I gave. The example that I gave, if that was happening today, so if the DXY was up, if the treasury yield was up, and QQQ, it's all good. You good? I figured that when y'all said, yeah, I'm like, maybe they're thinking about what happened to actually today. But I gave the example saying if that was today, that would mean that they're moving away from risk and they're moving towards safety. So that would tell us more than likely we may see gold go up in that particular scenario. Okay. So with that being said, all right, for us, when we are utilizing these type of systems, y'all, all it's doing is helping us to see, what we could potentially be doing. Either we're going to take on the risk because all things point to the institutions, the people with the billions of dollars to put into the market daily, right? They're taking the risk. So it's possible for us to take the risk too. As long as the price is right. All right. As long as the price is right, we can take the risk if we want. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give y'all a couple of scenarios, and then we're going to go back to the chart and we're going to go over it one more time. And then I'm going to ask y'all if it's green, yellow, or red for today. Okay. With all 5 things, not just 2 things though, y'all. Green, yellow, or red with all 5 things. So I'm going to give y'all one scenario, and then I want y'all to tell me by signaling the color. If y'all are on your phone, on TikTok and YouTube, I want you to put the color in the chat, okay? If you can't go to like the color on your like the emoji keyboard part or whatever, then type in green, yellow, or red, okay? So, scenario 1. Here we go. Scenario 1. We have yellow means that we are going to slow down, okay? So yellow is like where it's mixed signals. Everything is not pointing to prices potentially going up. Everything is not pointing to prices going down. So it's kind of all over the place. Got it, baby crypto? So with the 5, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go over those 5 things one more time real quick. So DXY, if it's green, DXY is going to be down. Treasury yield is going to be down. Nasdaq is going to be up. Nvidia is going to be up. And we're going to have positive Bitcoin ETF flows. Got it? So money is going into Bitcoin ETFs. Got it? That's green. Red is when we have the dollar is up. Okay. Treasury yields is up. And then we have the Nasdaq, QQQ, and Nvidia both down in price. And then we have negative, okay, for our Bitcoin ETF. So we have more outflow than we have inflow. So it's going to be red, okay? That tells us that our signal is red. We need to push pause, okay? Because people are not taking the risk. Got it? So yellow is when those are not lining up. All right. So scenario number 1, I want you to put green, yellow, or red in the chat. Okay. King Tut, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Green, yellow, or red in the chat. So we have DXY is down. Treasury yield is down. 10-year treasury yield is down. QQQ is up. Nvidia is up. And we have positive Bitcoin ETF flows. What color are we going to look at? What color do we see? Green, yellow, or red? Put it in the chat. Green, yellow, or red? Put it in the chat. Perk Insights, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Y'all good? Green, yellow, or red? Which one? I'm going to say it one more time. Okay? We have the DXY is down, meaning the dollar is weak. Treasury is down. Okay? Treasury yield is down. QQQ, the Nasdaq, is up. Means risk is on for technology. Nvidia is up. People are still excited about AI. And then we have positive inflows, right? Bitcoin ETF flows is positive. People are buying more into Bitcoin. What are we looking at? Green, yellow, or red? Green means that risk is on. It's high confidence. Red means that risk is off. Yellow means there's mixed signals. One more person. Let's see. Okay. So for my people who said green, you're absolutely correct. Remember, we need for the dollar to be weak. We need for the treasury yields to be down. And we need everything pertaining to tech and AI to be going up. Okay? And we need positive inflows for Bitcoin ETFs. That tells us there's high confidence in technology, which more than likely bleeds over into cryptocurrency. Got it? I got y'all. We're going to do one more example. Okay? One more example. All right? So let's say example number 2. Okay? And then we're going to go to the chart. And then we're going to go through it again for what's happened today. And then I want y'all to tell me green, yellow, or red. Okay. The second one, example number 2. Let's say the DXY is up. So dollar is strong, but the 10-year treasury yield is down. Okay. QQQ, which is the Nasdaq, is up, but NVIDIA is down. And we have positive ETF flows. Positive Bitcoin ETF flows, right? What color? Type green, yellow, or red in the chat. Green, yellow, or red in the chat. 1 second, y'all. Green, yellow, or red in the chat. Type it. I know y'all. I'm bringing it down. Lower in his chair. All right. So I'm going to say it one more time. Okay. DXY, meaning the US dollar is strong. Okay. Treasury is down. 10-year treasury yield is down. QQQ, I got you, bear market buddy. QQQ, the Nasdaq is up. NVIDIA is down. And then we have positive inflows for Bitcoin ETF. Are we green, yellow, or red? Green, yellow, or red? One more time. It's okay. Because I see green in here. Baby crypto is correct. It's mixed signals, y'all. Remember, when we see green, that's because people are comfortable with risk. So if people are comfortable with risk, that means that the dollar has to be up. The treasury yield, God dog, I don't mess it up. The dollar has to be down. Treasury has to be down. And then we need QQQ. So we need all the tech and AI stuff to be up. Okay? We need tech and AI to be up. And we need positive flows for those Bitcoin ETFs. When we have all of that, we are good to go. Okay? Risk is on. People are investing in the riskier assets. Okay? So those are 2 examples. Now, here's the thing. If you didn't get it right, it's okay, y'all. I don't expect you to have it all down in one night. Okay? All right. So when we see yellow, like Baby Crypto called out this past example that I just gave, right? It's okay if you're like, I don't know. If you don't know, like Bear Market Bully said, just kind of sit down, chill out. Okay? Don't go jumping just because you're like, but I feel like I'm gonna miss out. Who cares? I would rather you miss out than jump in and be flat out wrong and lose money that you cannot afford to lose. Okay? I would rather you sit on your hands, chill out, okay? Possibly miss out on a little bit of money than to jump in and you are like, I have no idea if this is right or wrong, and you mess around and lose money that you cannot afford to lose. Okay? Because it does a couple of things, and everybody's different. Some people can bounce back from a loss faster and easier than others. Some people take those losses very personal, and they look at it like investing in whatever thing is a scam, even though their system wasn't proven, and they jumped in with more money than they should have at the time, based on their knowledge and based on their experience in said asset class. Got it? Okay, so don't feel bad if you don't get it right all the time, because again, even with those signals, there's a possibility that you might get it wrong, or it's a possibility that everything points to risk being on, but the market isn't moving like that. Okay, it's all right. All right. So before we go to the chart, y'all, because we're gonna close this out. Before we go to the chart, I want to make sure everybody that typed new, if you're still here, if you type new in the chat, grab that free crypto beginner checklist, because again, it's gonna give you five steps to take. As soon as this air came on, but yeah, it's gonna give you 5 steps to take before you even put any more money into the cryptocurrency market, or if you've never put any money in it, it's going to give you 5 steps to take before you put money into the market. It's also going to ask you questions to help you decide if right now for you and your budget, your financial situation, if it's a good time for you to invest. Because if you don't have the money, if your situation is not straight, if your financial foundation is not strong, this may not be the best time for you to invest. I don't care if the market is down. There are some things that you may need to get in order first before you invest. Got it? So that's what that crypto checklist does. The second thing, for my people who need a bit of hands-on learning, okay? You thrive with hands-on experience. You thrive with being walked through step by step, live demonstration type of stuff, okay? When it comes to like purchasing your cryptocurrency, moving it from your crypto exchange of choice to your hot or cold wallet, having a plan on how you're going to invest for the next, let's say, quarter to, or probably to the end of the year, depending on what you want to do, right? Having a plan on how you're going to invest. All of those things and more is going to be discussed this weekend at the Crypto Beginner Workshop, okay? We'll be together 4 hours or possibly longer, depending on how many people attend. It is going to be very small because of what we're doing. So, y'all, I cannot handle a bunch of people. I can't. So, once we hit the max, that's it. All right? It's going to be very small. I'm telling y'all that straight up. All right? So, we'll be together for 4 hours or longer, if need be, to make sure everybody is good. So, when you leave that workshop, okay, it's from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, because I'm in Louisiana, okay? So we're going to make sure that by the end of it, everybody has either they know what they're going to invest in because they chose it, not Leona told them what to buy. They know what they're going to invest in, or they made their first purchase, or they made a new purchase live, okay? And then they should have their private wallet already, okay, because there's going to be a requirement before it to have their private wallet selected, all right? So they'll be able to move said crypto from their crypto exchange to their private wallet while we're on the workshop, okay? And then you're going to leave with your own plan. There's going to be some other things that we're going to do in between there. There's some documents you receive, plans and things of that nature, all of this stuff, okay? Y'all, it's $37. That's it. $37. It's Saturday. $37. That's it. That's all. Okay. And I only do this once a quarter because of what I'm doing. And y'all know I value my family time. So I can't be doing this every month and all this stuff. Y'all not taking my Saturdays. y'all not taking every Saturday or every month I'm doing this on a Saturday. Absolutely not. I love y'all, but I love my family more. Okay. I love y'all, but I love my family more. So this Saturday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central, okay? I do not teach trading, baby crypto. Not right now. Not right now. I learned I can't do multiple things like that. And trading is more time consuming. When it comes to investing, that's easier. People are able to get that way faster. You know what I'm saying? And they're able to see results way faster than trading. So that's the reason why I don't teach trading right now. Okay, because that takes way too much time, and some people are not ready for that. Some people are not ready for that. I know it'll come. Like I said, I need more people to get the investing down, and then there needs to be, what's going on, Crypto Babysitting. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Y'all give Crypto Babysitting a follow. She's really, really great for beginners. Okay, so all those people that put new, I don't know if y'all are still here, but if you put new in the chat, y'all give her a follow from this live stream, because she has a bunch of different series on her page for beginners. Like it's broken down by levels, so that would be really great. Majestic Truth, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. That'd be really great for y'all. Okay. So give her a follow from the live stream though, because there's a lot of copycats out there. Okay, you don't want to mess around and get one of them, and then they hit your DMs up. And once one of them hits you up, y'all, it's gonna be a bunch of them. I'm telling you now. They come like, I get so irritated. I'm like, Jesus, what are y'all doing? I've been good. I hope your trip was well. And happy belated birthday. I hope your trip was well. So yeah. So like I said, that workshop, y'all, I said $37. Yeah, $37. Like I said, that workshop is going to walk you through how to make your purchase. Okay, if you've been burned, you're scared, whatever, we got you. You're going to take your time and make your purchase. If you want to make your purchase during the workshop, you are not required to. I'm going to do a live purchase. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it using Coinbase. All right. However, you're not required to do it. All right. And then you'll be able to, if you want to, go through moving your crypto, a small test transaction. Okay. You're not doing large transactions. You're going to do a small test one. Okay. And we'll do that from our crypto exchange to either a hot or cold wallet, depending on which one you want to do. I'm going to use a hot wallet. Okay. So that way y'all can see, and then we'll totally up to you if you want to do hot or cold wallet. That's your prerogative. Okay. And then, like I said, on top of it, outside of the other stuff we're going to do, you will leave with a plan on how you're going to invest. Got it? Okay. So again, this is going to be very, very small because of what we're doing. It's time consuming. So if you want to be there, go ahead and click the link in my bio. And it's also in the description on my YouTube channel, on the description box, in the description box. Okay. So that's it. So let's go to my chart, and we're going to see if we're green, yellow, or red. So let me share again. And I'm going to go back to BAM. Let's turn this around. Okay. So, number one, remember we go to the DXY. Okay, that's the US dollar index. This is the ticker symbol. We're on the daily for all five. For each chart we're looking at. We're on the daily. Okay. So that means each one of these candles represents 1 day of price movement up and down. Green for the DXY means that the dollar is strong for that day. Red means that the dollar is weak for that day. Everybody got it? This is the time to share if you have not shared yet. This is the time to repost if you have not reposted yet. This is the time for y'all on YouTube to hit that thumbs up if you have not done it yet. This is the time to subscribe and hit that notification bell if you have not done that yet as well on YouTube. Okay? So tap the screen, y'all, on TikTok, share, and repost. This is one of those times. So now we know green candles for the DXY means the dollar is strong. Red candles mean that the dollar is weak for the DXY. Thank you for that heart meet, the Narrowpathic. I appreciate you. Okay? So today, look at it. Look at the date. Okay, we have 9 July. So this is a new trading day. Okay, so we have 9 July. So this candle is what you're going to see tomorrow. When you wake up in the morning, this candle may either still be red or it may be green. Okay, but this is the candle. So when you hover over it on trading view, you just look down at the bottom to make sure that you're on the current day. Okay, so today, this is where we are. Red means what, y'all, for the dollar? Red means what for the dollar? Strong or weak? Type it in the chat. Red means what for the dollar? Strong or weak? Type it in the chat. Let's see. Yep, DXY is down. So what does that mean? Strong or weak? I see you. Mercy, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Somebody else, come on, let's go. What y'all got? What y'all got? I see you. I see you. All right. So y'all are correct. Weak. Okay. So we know, write this down because I'm about to ask y'all, are we green, yellow, or red for today? Okay. So we have the DXY is down. That tells us that the dollar is weak. That's number one. We ready for number two? If y'all ready for number two, put the number two in the chat. Marlon, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. If y'all are ready for number two, put the number two in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. All right. I see you. All right. So the next thing we look at is the U.S. 10-year Treasury. We're on marketwatch.com. Y'all can Google it if you want to. Okay. Google it, and whichever one shows you the U.S. Treasury for the day. And as long as you can look at previous ones, that's fine. Okay. So this was updated as of today at 8:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so it's a little over 30 minutes old. Got it? So it's actually up compared to what it was earlier when we were on here today. So it's at 4.581. If you want to know historically, like for yesterday, you can go down to historical quotes and then look at the date. This is yesterday. And we're going to go over to close. Everybody see that? So it was 4.556 yesterday. It closed at 4.556%. So that tells us that the Treasury yield is what? Up or down, y'all? Type it in the chat real quick. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate you. Ray, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Treasury yield is up or down? Type it in the chat for me real quick. Up or down? Up or down? Up or down? Up or down? Where y'all at? Can y'all type? I got you. I got you. Daisy, you must have just joined, so let me show you one more time. This is today. This is yesterday. Let's go to close. 4.556. That was yesterday. Today is 4.582 now. Up or down? Anybody else? I see you. All right, so we are up. Treasury yield is up. That's right. I got you. So make a note. The dollar is weak, so that means down. Okay? Treasury yield is up. So we have one up, one down. Everybody follow me so far. If y'all ready for number three, give me the number three in the chat. Type the number three in the chat so we can move on to the Nasdaq. We're going to look at QQQ, the Nasdaq. Okay, I got you. All right, let's run it. Number three is QQQ. That is the Nasdaq for us. That's technology, y'all. We want to see our people putting their money behind technology. Again, it says QQQ, the day time frame. I see you there, Market Bully. The day time frame. That means each one of these candles represents 1 day of price moving up or down. Remember, red means price is going down. Green means price is going up. This is today. Okay? This is today. This is where price closed at, right here. So we had a green day before the stock market closed, right? So does that tell us risk is on or risk is off. Type on in the chat if risk is on when you see a green candle for QQQ, or type off in the chat if you believe that risk is off for QQQ based on this candle you see right here. On if the risk is on, meaning people are investing in technology. When you look at this candle, off if you say people are not investing in technology when you look at this candle. Type on if people are investing, off if people are not in technology. Remember, QQQ represents technology companies. This is equivalent to our Nasdaq. Okay? So green means people are investing, y'all. Red means people are selling their positions. They are moving away from risk in the technology sector. One more time. Green means people are investing into technology. That means risk is on for them. Red means people are selling their positions. They are reducing their risk exposure to technology. So we have the US dollar is weak, number one. We have the US Treasury is up, number two. And we have the Nasdaq. I see you, Freebird. You here though, okay? You can always watch the replay on YouTube. And then we have risk is on for technology. We're talking about QQQ, okay? Risk is on because the candle is green. Price is higher. Okay? Price is higher than when it opened and it's higher than yesterday. This is the close. It was red, but it closed higher and it's green today. Got it? So risk is on for QQQ with our technology companies. Thank you for that, heart me. I appreciate you, Freebird. Y'all ready for number 4? Type the number 4 in the chat. If you're ready for number 4, type the number 4 in the chat. I hope y'all take a note of this, because I got a question for y'all. All right, let's go. We're going to NVIDIA next. NVIDIA is next. Come on, NVIDIA. There we go. So look, this is NVIDIA. This is the ticker symbol for NVIDIA. Remember, y'all, we're looking at NVIDIA because it's the number one chip company. What does AI need to do its job, to do what it said it's going to do? It needs those chips, right? That memory. NVIDIA is number one, period. Nobody's competing with NVIDIA. So we want to look at it. We're on the daytime frame. For my people who just joined, remember each one of these candles represents 1 day of price moving up or down. Okay? So, Greed, welcome in. I see you. Happy Wednesday. So, this is our current candle. NVIDIA closed here today. Remember, y'all, green means price is going up. Red means price is going down. Okay? So, are people excited about AI when we look at NVIDIA? Green means yes, they are. Red means no, they're not. So if I'm asking y'all, are people excited about AI looking at NVIDIA? Tell me yes or no in the chat. Y'all already beat me to it. Right. Good. All right, so we have our 4 so far. I'm going to keep saying it because I got people just joining. Number 1, the US dollar is showing that it's weak. Write it down. Number 2, US Treasury is increasing. It's going up. So number 2, US Treasury up. Got it? Number 3, we looked at QQQ, which is the Nasdaq for us. That is all our technologies. That's our technology sector. So that tells us risk is on, like Bear Market Bully put in there. Okay? Number 4 is NVIDIA, which is what we're looking at right now. This is our cue for AI, excitement. Are people excited about AI? Because NVIDIA is our number 1 when it comes to those chip companies, right? So if people are still excited about AI, then NVIDIA should be going up in price. This tells us, yes, they are. So that's number 4. Last one is Bitcoin ETF flows. If we see green, where it says total net flows for today, for July 8th, okay, that's going to tell us that we are good to go. If it is red, that means that people are selling. They are getting out of Bitcoin. It says here, y'all, total net inflow, okay, for today was 51 billion. It says positive. It says positive. Okay? So that tells us we good. Yay! Yay! We're good. Yay! Okay? Hold on, let me see something. Wait a minute. Let me go over here because this say it's not updated all the way. Hold on. This is right here. See, it's not updated all the way. So I can only go off of this right now. But if this was green, if this was all updated, because they don't have this all updated yet. If this was green, we would say, yeah, we good to go. So right now, since this is updated, we got to go off of yesterday. Because this isn't all the way updated. So we're going to go off of yesterday for now until this is updated all the way. Because they don't have anything in here yet. Because if they had the numbers, they would at least put 0. So we're going to have to go off of this. So that was positive 335 million yesterday. So that means that yesterday, July 7th, there was a lot of inflow into Bitcoin ETFs. So we'll have to use this for now. Got it? So we now have all 5 of our gauges. We have our information. So question, with those 5 gauges, knowing that the dollar is weak right now, knowing that the treasury yield is up right now, knowing that NVIDIA and QQQ are both up right now, and there is positive inflows for Bitcoin ETFs as of yesterday until it's actually really updated today, or it'll probably be updated tomorrow and then we'll be able to see it. Knowing all of that, would you say that we are green, yellow, or red? Type it in the chat. Green, yellow, or red? Type it in the chat. Green, yellow, or red. And if you don't know, put IDK in the chat. It's okay if you don't know. If you don't know, put IDK in the chat. Because I know you don't want to type I don't know, because that's a bit longer. We like shorthand stuff around here. Okay? We like shorthand. All right, so I have 2 greens, gave a green heart. Oh, that's cute. I see you. Anybody else? Green, yellow, or red? Green, yellow, or red? Freebird said green. Okay, so we're going to go out for these examples. One more again. All right. Let me go back to my examples. So if we see DXY is down, Treasury is down, Nasdaq, QQQ is up, NVIDIA is up, and we see positive inflows for the Bitcoin ETFs, that tells us we're green. But we need to see dollar and Treasury yield down. Dollar and Treasury yield down. Okay? Plus all the tech stuff. It's up. If we see DXY is up, Treasury is up, QQQ is down, NVIDIA is down, and the Bitcoin ETF flows is negative, okay? Meaning there's more outflows than in. And that tells us that we are red, okay? That tells us we are red, risk is not on, people are pulling out of the market. So, based on what we know today, Dollar is down. Okay, it's weak. Treasury yield is up, but we also have tech up, AI is up, and we had positive flows for Bitcoin ETF yesterday. It could be either green or yellow. Okay, I would lean more towards the green because we have more in positive than we do in the mixed signal. The only thing that was off was the treasury yield. Treasury yield was up versus being down. Okay, but everything else was in alignment. So you can either say it's still green, even though the treasury yield is down, or you can say it's mixed signals because that one thing was off. Okay. Now this is where I would say collecting your data is what's going to make sense, because now what we're going to do is we're going to look. If risk is on and it is green, then we should see that Bitcoin price has gone up, right? If it's mixed signals, that we would see that Bitcoin is kind of in a stable spot. So it's probably like in the same price area as yesterday. It may be up a little bit, but it hasn't made any really big move, right? So that would mean that it's yellow, right? If it is red, which none of us have said is red, then we would see Bitcoin price down. Okay? All right. Let's go see what Bitcoin price is. Let's go see what Bitcoin pricing is. BTC USD. And then you guys will get a recap of your homework. All right, so we're on BTC USD. Yes, Treasury yield and the DXY needs to be down. Both of them need to be down, and then all the tech and AI stuff needs to be up. And we need to see positive Bitcoin flows, ETF flows. So when we see those three together and we see that Treasury yield and DXY down, that tells us we're green, risk is probably going to be on. Okay. All right. So we have BTC USD. Everybody sees that. We're on the day time frame, and we're on the crypto one, y'all. No specific brokerage. Okay. Let's look at where we're at. For today, this is very, very small. So Bitcoin is at 62,000, $62,391.53. Compared to yesterday, it's kind of up, but not too much. Everybody see that? So that's why I said yellow, okay? Because the Treasury yield and the DXY were not down. All right? Everybody got it? If y'all got it, let me know in the chat. Say I got it. If y'all got it, let me know in the chat. So now we know for us to see that risk is on, people are more than likely going to be investing in riskier assets, which include cryptocurrency. We need to see the DXY is down, Treasury yield is down, okay? And then Nasdaq is up, Nvidia is up, and we have positive Bitcoin ETF flows, right? And Bear Market Bully made a good point that the doji can go either way. So right now, this is why yellow says to slow down, because it's not like, oh yeah, it's 100% green and it's not 100% red. So we're not 100% risk on, but we're not 100% risk off. That makes sense, everybody. Okay? So that's why you see that doji candle, because the doji candle represents what? To my people who study candlesticks, that doji candle represents what? For my people who study candlesticks, type it in the chat. It starts with the letter I. Type it in the chat. Moon Red, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Mustafa, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. It represents indecision, y'all. So like Bear Market Bully said, it could go either way. The market has not decided whether it wants to go up or down. So that's why that candle is so, the body of that candle is so small. Okay. So that confirmed to Leona, okay, we are yellow. There are some people that are taking risks, but there are also some people that saying, I don't really know. Okay. That's it. All right. So now for my people, okay, who said that, you know what? I love the way that you are breaking down cryptocurrency and how to get involved in the market. I love that. Yes. Let's go. Let's go, Bear Market Bully. I'm glad that you learning something. That's what this is all about. Absolutely. Denny, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. So if you are that person that's saying, hey, look, I really enjoy how you're teaching it. It's making sense. Yes, let's go, Miss Alma. Welcome. That's good. That is good. I love it. Yeah. So yeah, if you are learning, if it's making more sense to you, but you know you're that person that needs a bit of hands-on, y'all, that's what the Crypto Beginner Workshop is for. Okay, it's 4 hours or more if we need it. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to make sure everybody's good. I'm happy to hear that. That's right, Freebird. I love it. Um, but yeah, so I want to make sure that everybody gets what they came for. So you're going to be able to, we're gonna go over crypto basics for sure. But not everybody really needs that. So we'll go over that pretty fast, and then we're gonna go into the hands-on stuff, y'all, where I'm gonna actually purchase Bitcoin specifically. I'm gonna purchase some Bitcoin. It's not gonna be a lot of money, y'all. Probably like $10, $15 or something, just so that way you can see, number one, that you can buy for $10, $15. Okay, so you don't have to have thousands of dollars to buy Bitcoin. Okay, that dispels that myth or belief that some people may have about buying Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. Number two, the other thing that you'll be able to see me do, and you can do with me if you want, is to move said cryptocurrency that is purchased to your wallet. So if you're moving it to a hot wallet, that's cool. If you're moving to a cold wallet, that's cool. I'm just going to show y'all how I do it, and I'm going to use a hot wallet. Okay. Again, we're going to transfer a very small amount because you want to do test transactions. Okay. You do not want your first or second time moving cryptocurrency from your exchange to a wallet being a large amount. All right. So we're going to do a small transaction from the exchange to the wallet. Okay. And then on top of the other stuff that we're going to talk about, you'll also leave with a plan. So at a bare minimum for the next 90 days, you know what you're doing as a crypto investor. Everybody got it? If that's something you want to do and you know that you need hands-on, I need you to go click that link in my bio right now on TikTok and in the description box on YouTube, because of what we're doing is very, very small, y'all. I'm not playing. I'm only one person. So I cannot have 30, 40, 50 people. I can't do that by myself. That would be me doing a disservice to y'all. Okay? So that's why it's going to be very, very small. Yes, and you will get an A. Thank you so very much for that, Harmony Crypto, Cosmic Crypto. I appreciate you. Y'all give Cosmic Crypto a follow. Give Cosmic Crypto a follow. Y'all, when we talk about crypto education, everybody teaches different, everybody learns different, and this is why it's very good for us to go and explore other crypto educators, so that way you can see if their teaching style matches your learning style. Because everybody can't learn with Leona, and that's okay. Some of y'all may be learning with Cosmic Crypto. Some of you may learn with Crypto Babysitting here. Okay? You may learn better with Crypto Babysitting. That's fine as long as you're learning. Everybody got it. Follow them from the live stream, though, because there's a whole lot of copycats out there. And I don't want y'all getting got. I know I say that every time, but I got to say it because there's always new people here. Okay? So if you want to do that, absolutely Crypto Babysitting. You just let me know. If you know you need that hands-on, you would prefer to have that walkthrough live demonstration and everything, and walk away with a plan for at least the next 90 days on how you're going to invest in the cryptocurrency market. And it's your own personalized plan. It's not some generalized plan. Okay. It's you. That's why it has to be small, y'all. See why I said we can't have 30, 40, 50 people? Because it has to be personalized. All right. If you want to do that, click that link in my bio. That's 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, y'all. Okay? Central Standard Time. And that's this Saturday. Got it? All right. So your homework is simply to go through and do this routine. I want y'all to do it for the remainder of this week going into next week, okay? Because today is Wednesday, since I didn't go live yesterday. I want y'all to do it for the remainder of this week up until our next meeting on next Tuesday, okay? Do that whole process. Number one, what do we look at up first? Type it in the chat real quick. I want y'all to type the order in the chat. Help each other out. Help your battle buddies out. Number one, what do we look at? What do we open up first? Before you open up a Bitcoin chart, there you go. Thank you, Bear Market Bully. Shout out to Bear Market Bully. Let's go. Great student. That's number one, DXY. Number two, what do we look at? Type it in the chat. Happy battle buddies out. Number two, what do we look at? Type it in the chat. I know it take a second. Number two, type it in the chat. Shucks. Hey, I just saw it come through. I don't know why I keep hiding these messages. Number two, come on. Where we at? Y'all forgot. There we go. Let's go, Bear Market Bully. Let's go. That's right. We look at the 10-year treasury yield. So number one, DXY. Number two, 10-year treasury yield. Number three, what we look at? Number three, what we look at? Y'all super quiet on YouTube. Number three, what we look at? Type it in the chat. DXY's first, US 10-year treasury yield. Number two. Number three. Dun, dun, dun. I know it's weird. Instead, exactly. They don't get those ones that be calling us all kind of names and scammers and telling people random stuff. That's it. QQQ. Number three is QQQ. Number four, what we look at? Number four, what we look at? Type it in the chat. So number one was the US dollar, DXY. Number two is the US 10-year treasury yield. Number three is QQQ, the Nasdaq. Number four is what? What we look at for? It has to do with AI. Number four. Anna, welcome in. James, welcome in. That's the last one. What's the fourth one we look at? It has to do with AI. Bear Market Bully, the only one that remembers this stuff? Where y'all at? Where you at, though? Where you at, though? NVIDIA, y'all. NVIDIA. We want to see if people are still excited about AI. Why? Because AI is taking some of the money away from cryptocurrency. I know that's right. Bear Market Bully said can't do it all. All right. So number four was NVIDIA. And number five, Bear Market Bully put it in there. Bitcoin ETF flows. Okay. Inflows mean that money is going into Bitcoin, which is good for us. Outflows mean people are reducing their exposure to cryptocurrency. That's bad for us. Got it? All right. So do that every single day until next Tuesday. Okay? Tomorrow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a post because I wasn't feeling well yesterday, but I said I'll do it once I go live. So tomorrow, I'm going to have a post up on TikTok and on YouTube Shorts. And I want y'all to put in there if for Friday morning, let's do it tomorrow. Yeah, so I want y'all to put in there for Friday morning. I want you to put what the whether we were green, yellow, or red for Thursday. Okay, so Friday sometime, I want you to reflect on Thursday and see if we were green, yellow, or red, and why. Don't just put green, like put, a green symbol in the comments of the video. No, put why it was green. Okay? Everybody got it. That is your homework. Any questions or comments about the live for today? I said that I was gonna be shorter today, but child, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. Oh, as a matter of fact, maybe I can make it easier for y'all. This is what I want y'all to type in the chat. I mean, in the comments. I want you to type, today I feel the market is either risk on or risk off. About, I feel like it's risk on or risk off about investing in cryptocurrency because blah blah blah. Okay. All right. All right. So that's it, y'all. For those of y'all that will be there, I appreciate y'all. Go ahead and click that link. If you can't make it for whatever reason, I totally got it. We all have stuff going on or whatever. The next one won't be until October. All right. But in the meantime, y'all can still be here and we can still do other stuff. Okay. I will be back live on Friday. This Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific. Okay. Thank y'all so very much for tapping the screen, for giving the thumbs up, for subscribing on YouTube, for hitting the notification bell on YouTube, for the shares, for the reposts, for the comments, for the gifts, all of it. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so very, very much. Bear market bully. I ain't messing with you, bro. Thomas. Today I feel so is risk on. Shoot, that's funny. Y'all have a great night. I'll see y'all on Friday. I appreciate y'all.